Cian was our son. He was a blue-eyed boy full of fun and character. I suppose his two main loves were animals and sport. He was very active on the sporting front. He actually played for Longford Town Soccer Club, and he also played GAA locally in the village here. But he loved animals, all kinds of animals, cats, dogs, everything. Cian went from being a very active young child to being diagnosed with a very rare form of lymphoma when he was 15. So it was a huge shock to us. It all happened over a couple of weeks really, in September 18. And when he was in ICU and they were about to tell him the news that they had told us 24 hours previously, they told him and he got upset. And then they said, look, now might be a good time to ask your parents for something that you'd like. So we weren't sure what to expect. And I mean, at that point in time, you give him anything, you know, just to take away the shock from him. So he said he wanted his own puppy. And we had another dog, Holly, at the time, more of a family pet. So Cian wanted his own puppy. So that's when Cooper joined the family. So walking Cooper, feeding Cooper, training Cooper just gave him a reason to get up every day if he wasn't feeling well. He had this dog puppy he had to train and he had to, you know, spend time with. So we realised very, very quickly that this was very positive for Cian. Cian spent the last 3 months of his life in hospital, and there again it became obvious to us very soon that when he was in hospital that he really missed Cooper. So that's when we moved Cooper to Dublin so that Cooper could be near Cian while he was in hospital. It takes a huge effort. There's so much involved. There's a lot of paperwork involved in it, as you can imagine. Families are registered with us. We need to make sure that, you know, our systems are in place to ensure confidentiality and professionalism in everything we do. We have 2 panels of volunteer drivers, one based in Dublin and one based covering the Midlands area. So a lot of work in getting those trained up, guard vetted, getting uniforms, you know, keeping the fleet going. To date, everybody involved in the charity works on a voluntary basis. So it's a huge amount of effort and hugely passionate, energetic, committed people that it has been actually a pleasure getting to know them and getting to work with them.
My name is Miriam Kelly and I'm a volunteer driver with Kennels. My role as a volunteer driver is to collect the dog either from the DSPCA or from the family home, and to ensure that the dog is safe and comfortable while travelling in the van, and then also to wait until the visit is finished in the unit and collect the dog and drop the dog home to the family home or to the DSPCA. What I've seen is the child actually sits up properly. Sometimes the children are in wheelchairs, or sometimes they're walking, but their whole face lights up, and the dog gets really, really excited, and it's just a lovely thing to see, to take us away from the mundaneness of hospital life, something different, a taste of family life again.
My name is Joanne Smith and my role is I'm the coordinator of the service. The service works is the family will get in contact either through our website or through maybe even the hospital, and they will contact me. So and then I set up the whole visit for the family, and we try and make it as easy as possible for the family. Cian was in hospital with my son, and that's how we got to know the family. It's had a huge and positive impact in my life. Like when my son Dara, he's recovering now thankfully, and we didn't have a dog when Dara was in hospital, but we bought a dog after, you know, and for his recovery really, and it had such a huge impact. It's so difficult, you know, for the kids been in that ward, you know. Now there's everything for them. They've all PlayStations in their rooms. There's clown nurses that come around to entertain them. There's a lovely garden for them, and they can go out and sit, and it's really quiet, it's really lovely. And there's a teenage room for the teenagers to watch whatever they want. But most kids don't want any of that. You know, they're just too sick, they're too, I suppose, isolated, scared, all of those things, you know, but definitely they'll want to see their dog. You know, there's no question about that. So that's where I think it's really important for to bring a bit of a normality into their lives, you know.
He's guiding us, I feel, from afar, and I'm extremely proud. I'm extremely proud of how he handled his life and his illness, and you know, everything we do in his memory. Every time we mention Cian's Kennels, we mention Cian. It's in the name. Every time we look at Cooper and we bring Cooper to an event, you know, it's about Cian too. So it brings me comfort. It fills a little bit of that space that he left, and I feel like we're constantly building something for him.